Rick, Springfield.
Yes.
I believe in omens. And I think the fact that here we are in Los Angeles, sunny Los Angeles. We came here to shoot in the sun, it was gonna be gorgeous, but it's raining. And you've been desperate for rain, so I feel like this nourishing rain is a great omen.
That's a very positive way to look at it.
Do you believe in omens?
Yeah, I do, actually. I've had some pretty wild omens in my life. My dog Ronnie died, who was on the cover of my Working Class Dog album. And when he died, I was having real trouble spiritually trying to find how to deal with it. And I had his ashes up on the fireplace, right? And I heard this noise in the back of the fireplace, got a flashlight, and there was a baby hawk in the ashes in the flue of the fireplace. And it was Sunday, and I called up animal control, and they said, well, we happen to have a guy right in the area. So he came over in like 10 minutes, pulled his baby red-shouldered hawk out of the fireplace, and said, how long has he been there? He said, oh, probably about 2 days, which is how long Ronnie had passed. And he let the bird, took it outside and let the bird go, and just I felt this weight lift off me. And I have tattoos based on that spiritual path now. If it wasn't a signal or a sign, it was pretty damn freaky.
Buddha. Why do you wear your Buddha?
I was raised Christian, and the idea of a punishing God, you know.
Yeah.
So that was really hard for me as I was getting older, and I started investing some time in searching, and that started me on an Eastern path and looking at the Eastern religions, and I learned to meditate, which has really helped me.
How do you do it?
I clear my mind, breathing, and then thoughts come up and you go, that's just a thought, and you let it go, and eventually you get to a place where you're not thinking anything. It's a struggle sometimes to get there, but it's great when I do.
So, you have a record coming out, Rocket Science. Upon listening, will we all know how to build a rocket?
Has nothing to do with rockets or science. It's
Oh.
music.
That's it?
That's it. Well, rocket science is a phrase from one of the songs, actually. Got some country influence. It's not a country record, but it's got some country influences. But it's a kind of a wide-ranging pop record with guitars, and it's a kind of, I write on guitar, so the guitar is always dominant in the tracks.
It's been 35 years since Jesse's Girl. In those 35 years, how many times have you been asked, who's Jesse? Did you get his girl?
5,000,003.
Now 5,000,004.
Should we move on?
Yes, I want to move on. I very much want to move on. You write not just music, but you've written 2 books, one a novel and one an autobiography, correct? And of course, an actor on General effing Hospital. And you just didn't start and stop with General Hospital, True Detective. I loved your role in True Detective.
The reputation of this clinic rests on its discretion, officers. Confidentiality. That the freaky thing. Oh, yeah, True Detective, I had a facelift, yes.
Right.
But it was only temporary.
So how'd they do it? Did they how'd you do it?
They put tape here and here and here and here, and they put it under my hair, you know, and
like a little man ponytail.
Yeah, it was freaky. It gave me a hell of a headache. You keep that thing on for 8 hours, and you have serious freaking headache. But it was. They wanted him to look freaky, and it's actually said in the script, you know, he's had a bad facelift and has plugs and, you know, and bad tan and all this. So it was, I just come off Ricky in the Flesh, actually had a full beard and long hair, right?
I love my kids so much.
And I have a before and after photo after they finished. It was freaky. That's what I love about acting, is you can be completely somebody else, and it's really great. You don't, like, I didn't worry about, do I look okay? Is the makeup okay? You know, you're a freak, and it's awesome.
You let it fly.
Yeah. I mean, when I did the Californication thing, I was playing a character named Rick Springfield, but it wasn't me. I mean, it was a character they wrote, you know, this hedonistic, drug-taking dickhead, basically. But it was really fun to play that guy.
Is that Rick Springfield?
Is that Rick Springfield?
Rick Springfield is in my house right now?
Back in the old days, Sue used to blow me. But these days, she likes him younger and balder.
Dream character.
Hannibal Lecter's a great character. I love that. Right? Those kind of freaky. He totally killed that. And Jonathan Demme directed that, who directed Ricky in the Flash.
Right.
Dying to ask Jonathan about that, but it was never the appropriate time.
Really? You had all that time on the set, and you couldn't just say, hey.
No, and we email and everything. He's a fabulous guy. I love Jonathan.
Well, let's ask him now. What do we want to ask him?
I want to know what kind of prep Anthony Hopkins did for that character to make that so scary just looking at him. You could know he could eat your face off just looking at it in his eyes, and it was pretty brilliant.
I found him very sexy in that role.
He knew stuff, you know. He had that air that like he knew everything there was to know about deviant, and it's very enticing.
Appealing.
Yeah, very appealing. Yeah.
It's true. Well, listen, I feel like I have so much to chew on, no pun intended, from Hannibal Lecter right now, of everything we've spoken about. Thank you very much for being on the show, and thank you, sweetheart.
You're welcome.